So this right here is gonna be my broker. As you guys can see, so far in the day, $1,600. And now the good thing about it is that the S&P 500 itself, the majority of stocks, they just went down. They just went crashing down left and right. But we were able to make money because we target specific stocks that are always going to be going up. We have a system and we have a strategy, and there's a reason why we make money and whatnot. This right here is going to be every single stock that I'm investing on and that I'm swing trading at the moment, so you guys can see everything full transparency. Go out and tell you guys exactly what happened today and how we were able to profit on this day today, which was a phenomenal day. Every singular member on my program, they profit as well. I do not have a Discord, I do not have a Telegram, but what I do have is gonna be an SMS chat. I told them today, hey, look, today we're gonna be going into ONDS, and yesterday we were gonna be going into FTAI. But let's go out and look at that particular stock. For that, let's go and check at the S&P 500. See what happened, see what went right, what went wrong, how can we possibly our strategy a little bit stronger. For the past month, 2 months and a half, we have been trading on this consolidation period, which I'm not gonna lie, I hate it, because majority of the stocks that we trade, they're in the S&P 500, and we were actually losing left and right. However, our strategy involves and revolves on us becoming the best losers ever. The strategy will never be on how we can make money. So that's the thing with the markets. You should never be in the markets with the whole purpose of you trying to make money. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but you should be in the markets in order for you to make sure that you're going to be the best loser possible, meaning that the best loser is always going to win in the markets because you're protecting your capital, and by byproduct, you're going to be able to make more money in the long run. Now, if you go into the markets trying to make money fast or trying to get rich quick, at that point, that's when you're gonna lose your money even quicker. And that's not what we're trying to do. So in this range right here, as you guys can see, it's somewhat good, somewhat bad. The reason why I say it's good is because due to the fact that if we ever break 168.85, at that point, we're gonna run all the way to the top, because the longer that we're gonna be consolidating for, the more explosive the move is gonna be on any type of stocks. Right off the bat, on the S&P 500, we just came down 9 in the morning Central Time. The S&P 500 just plummeted all the way down, and it kept making lower lows, pretty much all throughout the day. How were we able to make money even though the S&P 500 was going down? We were actually able to make money. First of all, ticker symbol MU. As you guys can see, this actually ran up a lot today and still running after hours. I want you to pay attention to these 4 key components, because these 4 key components allow me to make thousands upon thousands of dollars in the last couple of months, and I barely became profitable not even 12 months ago. Now let's go out and please pay attention, because I definitely want you to become profitable, because trust me, it's simple, but it's not easy. But if you have a proper plan, if you have a proper strategy, there's no way in hell you guys are not going to be able to make it. And I'm a fucking testament to that. I have been losing money in the markets for 4 consecutive years, and that totals around $150,000 on my own capital. I'm not talking about funded accounts. I'm talking about hard, cold cash. I have been blowing up accounts left and right since 2020. And it wasn't since 2024 that I became profitable. Now I'm going to give you guys my full strategy. So I want you guys to pay attention. First thing that I noticed on MU, or ticker symbol MU, is going to be that we made a huge move up to the top. Then right after that, we're going to be trading on the daily time frame, because remember, we are swing trading. We're not doing none of this day trading. We're not doing none of this scalping, none of this. The last thing is going to be that we also want to make sure that we enable the simple moving averages on your daily time frame, and you're going to be adding the 10, 21, 50, and 200 simple moving averages. Now, why do you want to add these lagging indicators? Now, mind you, these indicators are lagging, meaning that the move already happens whenever the line crosses. However, that is not why we use it. We're going to be using this just to gauge the market, meaning that if all the simple moving averages are going to be stacked up on top of each other, meaning the 10 on top of the 21 on top of the 50, and the 50 on top of the 200, that means bullish momentum. And that right there is a key component on why you should be going into a trade, because we always ride the wave. We always want to trade with the wave. We don't want to trade against it, meaning that if a stock's going down, we're not going to bet that the stock's going to be going up out of nowhere. At that point, we're just going to lose money. So at that point, we're just asking to lose money, and that's not what we want. So second component is going to be simple moving averages are going to be stacked up on top of each other. Now that we have that checked up, we're going to move over to the third one. The third component is going to be that we want the stock to cool off or to retrace back to the 10 or 21 simple moving average. Why do we want that? It's because every singular stock, they will never, ever, ever move up in a singular motion as such. They will move up in a staircase pattern. They're going to go point number 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and every time it's gonna bounce at the 10 SMA or 21 SMA. And we want to make sure that we go in whenever it's bouncing back at the 21 SMA so we can have a proper fill. Now, just because we touch the 10 SMA doesn't mean that we're gonna have to go in. We're gonna go in whenever we see some volume. That's when the last requirement kicks in. It's going to be that we want to make sure that we see some volume and that we see some investors coming in. That means that this stock is just going to blow up and you guys are going to make a shit ton of money. Before we enter, I'm just going to go out and summarize everything so this can actually be drilled in your brain. So let me clear everything. First things first is going to be a strong move up to the upside. Second thing, simple moving averages. 10, 21, 15, 200. Every single one of them stacked up in numerical order. Third requirement, we want to make sure that this comes back down to the 10 SMA. And last but not least, we want to see volume. In this case, when we see volume, it was December 19th. And that's when I told my team, everyone get ready because we're about to go in. When we went in, it was like around this period right here. It was a little bit late, I'm not gonna lie, but we're still able to make money. We always put our stop loss all the way at the low of the day. In this case, the low of the day is gonna be 251.29, and after that we just let it ride. It's either gonna touch our stop loss or it's gonna go all the way to the moon, and that's how we trade these stocks. We do not simply just profit on 1 or 2 candles, which majority of day traders do. We profit on the whole move, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. Ever since we went in, we never ever came back down to touch our stop loss. In return, we just profited on the whole move. Look at this. Look at this. This is why it's so important for you to be patient and for you not to let your emotions direct your trades, or even worse, fog your judgment. Because at the end of the day, that's how you're going to be able to lose money. And that's not what we want. The next one is going to be CENX. And I was actually talking to my students on this one this morning because this will run up by a lot. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Every singular trade that I take has the same requirements and the same setups. Remember, we want to make sure that we are the best losers ever. We do not want to be the best winners ever, because I lose 7 trades out of 10. But those 3 trades that I take that are going to be my winners, those motherfuckers fucking ride and they actually go all the way up to the moon. And that's exactly why I'm still in the game and I'm making $1,000 a day. Some guys, shit, they probably have a 50, 60, 70% win rate, but they're always blowing up their accounts. And the strategy is going to be as simple as possible. Let me delete all of this. And you guys are going to find out that we have the same thing and nothing has changed. So before anything, when this popped up on my watch list, the first thing that I seen was that the stock made a huge move up to the upside. Second thing, SMAs, simple moving averages. You got the 10, 21, 15, 200. Every single one of them stacked up in numerical order, bullish momentum. Last thing is going to be that we actually came back down to the 10. But mind you, just because we come back down to the 10 doesn't mean that we need to enter. We need to be alert for us to go in and make some money. What you guys got to do is actually wait for some volume. Volume is going to be your last confirmation for us to go in. In this case, on this one, we went in. I don't remember when I went in. But so far, we're making 16%, which only in today, only in this candle, we were able to make $200. So all in all, I think that so far we have made around $2,000. So this is the volume that I always want to see right here. So the volume came up on December 18th, 19th, the same day as the other one. And I told my group, okay, listen, all we need to do right now is just go in. We went in with the low of the day in our stop loss, which I'm gonna put it in red so you guys can see it a little bit better. After that, we just let it ride. It's either gonna hit our stop loss or it's gonna take us to the moon. In this case, look at this. Ever since we went in, we never touched our stop loss and we just profited the whole way around. And we didn't even sacrifice a lot of money. Every time I go in, I only risk 0.5% of my account. And that right there should tell you a lot about my strategy, meaning that I will never be able to blow up my account. Now, mind you, 100% there's a way that I can possibly blow up my account, and that's if every singular trade is going to be a loser trade for the next 400 trades, which at the end of the day, is that even possible? I don't know, you tell me. So as long as you have a proper strategy, that's going to be not possible. Other than that, make sure that you follow your plan, follow your strategy. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you do not let your emotions take control of you, because at that point, you're going to start losing money. And mind you, I only trade no more than 45 minutes in the morning. After that, I'm done, and I go on my day. That is pretty much it. Now, the one that we went in on yesterday, my bad, the day before, it was FTAI. This one we made a lot of money already. Just, oh my God, just look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm so happy for this. Look at this. Same concept as any other trade. Let me delete all of this. I told all of my team members, if they want to go into this trade, they can easily go in after we break 202.01. And so far, we are making a shit ton of money in this one. But let me just break it down so you guys can have a proper perception. I want you guys to see that this is extremely simple. Do not overcomplicate trading. That's how a lot of motherfuckers lose money. First of all, strong move up. SMAs, every single one of them is going to be stacked up on top of each other. You get the 10, 21, 50, and 200. That right there means bullish momentum. What do you want, bro? What do you want? The third thing is going to be that we're going to have to come back down to the 10. But just because we come back down to the 10 SMA doesn't mean that we need to go in. We need to wait for last confirmation, which is going to be volume. When we had some volume, it was, of course, on this day, December 29th. And that's when me and my team, we went in. And oh my God, we made a lot of money. Bro, brother, what do you want, bro? How can I help you? Brother, can you leave me alone for 2 seconds, please? Go down, go down. Okay, my bad. We are back. And I'm not gonna lie, we actually went in a little bit late on this stock. I remember exactly when we went in because we were breaking this highs right here. We were breaking this highs, and that was a resistance line that we couldn't break for the past, I'll say week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. We were just rejecting left and right. And when we broke it, we had a lot of volume. Okay, we're gonna go in with our stop loss bin at the low of the day. So far this is like a 2 to 3 risk to reward, but we're still up by a lot. Look, I don't think I need to say much whenever it comes to this, but review this video twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 10 times. As long as you guys have the proper strategy, the proper risk management, and the proper blueprint, you guys are never going to be able to blow up your accounts. Ever since I actually formulated my whole strategy and I put everything together into paper, I had no emotions when it comes to trading. Zero revenge trading whatsoever, and every trade that I take is an A+ setup or a B+ setup. Any questions, leave it in the comments down below. Also follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see more of my lifestyle. If you guys want to send me any question as well. 2026 is about to be a massive year, so let's get it.